Hey, it's time for Tomb of Annihilation. DanimalDM here. We got everybody here, although Sasha's running a little bit late. His computer restarted. It's all good. How are you doing, Cedric?
Doing good. Looking forward to getting into this tomb and dying horribly.
Oh, nice shirt. Strong Draw Ale. Nice. How you doing, Logan?
Good. Ready to play.
Excellent. And you're good, Brian? You're cool for the whole session?
I am. And my presentation the next day went really, really well, and my CEO likes me again, so it's good.
Excellent.
All because of chicken. And
I think that was my motivation. It was my totem. I had a little Velociraptor chicken on my shoulder all the way through the presentation, so.
yeah, it's a good thing. And how you doing, Lucian?
Pretty good. Ready for some more Dungeons and Dragons. We had a great session on Monday, so ready for some more.
Yeah, I need to catch up on that. And Sasha from the Nether, how are you doing?
I am doing well. Good to be here.
Okay, well, we will jump over to the map. Now, previously on the Discord and whatnot, I have relayed to my players what is presented towards them in regards to this puzzle cube thing. But is that something you guys are going to entertain now, or are you doing something else?
We talked about a short rest before we go in, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I was going to say, do you want to recap the last, 20 seconds of our session? Because in battle time, I think it was one round, right? We didn't get through a full round.
I think it was 2, maybe even 3, because they were able to move away a bit, but at least one full round. So these guys escaped they managed to escape the Fane of the Night Serpent, the evil temple of the Yuan Ti, and then they decided to hole up in a dome, or a double dome, underwater for the whole night before coming out going, oh, we just left, because they wanted to heal up, because they had a correct assumption that those bastard mages were going to betray them. And then they ended up traveling the morning all the way up to what seems to be the entrance of the Tomb of the Nine Gods. There's the obelisk, and if you are wanting to read what the obelisk says, it should be in your Chapter 5 player handout, if you have a look there, guys. And you guys checked out the area, found out you found a hidden area at the back of where all of the little monuments to each of the nine gods of Omu. You found a hidden one at the back, which was for Ankh, and it had a necklace around it, which was, I think, it was last given to Vanguard. Is that correct?
I think so. I think Boone gave it to Vanguard to inspect.
Right.
And then, if I did, I would have then handed it back.
Right. It was definitely just before the fight broke out. And then the fight broke out, at which point there should be a lot of ice on this battlefield, I believe, as 2 Cone of Colds blasted out. But they managed to kill both of the mages, who were both invisible, and then reappeared and then disappeared again. And Olo finished off one of the thugs and aggressively convincing the other thug to listen and probably do whatever you say. Orvex is also there hanging out, and there is a tiny servant riding a chicken. All is well. So it would be roughly near noon around now. So what, if anything, are you guys wanting to do? You gonna chill for an hour or what?
I will cast the hut if we want to rest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only thing I probably need is a short rest. I didn't really cast any spells, but
I'm only down 2 of my basics, so I still have my level 2 and 3 spells. Or level 2 spells.
I don't think we'd get. It would be another one of those. Cast the hut, wait, cast the hut again, because we're well within the 24 hours of the last long rest.
You want to do short rest in the hut and just blow hit dice?
Yeah, I'm good with that. Identify that.
Well, no, I would rather us wait the 1 hour here doing a short rest and pray to God something comes across us. Because we still need 355 XP.
You did just kill a couple of mages.
Yeah, how many?
But we don't know how much that's going to give us.
I start eyeing the thug.
Well,
And that's my out of character assumption. No, in character, I want to go over to the. Does the thug have a name? Did we get his?
sure. He has a name.
Awesome.
His name will be Bythor. Bythor. Bythor.
So I'll give him. I'm gonna reach into my pouch and I will take out 10 gold, put it in his palm, and I'll call him Captain By.
He's the captain of your guard.
He's the captain of my guard, and your duties will be to make sure that nothing strikes my body, guard me while I sleep, and then I will give you a portion of whatever treasure out of my take that I get. I will give some to him also. That will be his reward for his service.
And with that, you see him look around at the entire party, especially that blood-soaked chicken, and look back at Vanguard and take the gold and the title and say, yes, sir. Sir, asking your name?
Vanguard.
Yes, sir, Vanguard. Sure.
And we'll see if he makes it.
We will see if he makes it. So you guys taking a short rest?
That's my vote.
I'm putting the hut up anyway.
Excuse me. Alright. So, you put the hut up. Boo. You all can fit in it quite easily. I think it holds, 9 people?
Everything but the Chad.
Oh, the Chad is gone. He got blasted with ice.
Oh,
Yeah, he got shredded.
Can you be resummoned?
He could be. It depends on whether the spell was prepared today, and yeah. Cool. So you guys are in the hut. You're all bundled together, taking a short rest. Done.
And just for a continuity, if people are watching the video, during our last rest, I copied over Greater Invisibility to my spellbook and Magic Missile. So a 4th level and a 1st level.
For anybody that was paying attention, Corridin pretty much snuggled on Olo's shell and took a big nap.
Spend some hit dice.
Are you bardically inspiring somebody, Boone, or did you mean to send...
If I'd have clicked the right button, that'd have been... There we go.
Actually, we had full hit dice. Yeah.
Elian, if you had any leftover hit dice... Sorry, you would have gained 3 hit dice at the end of the long rest, which I didn't do for you.
Okay.
No,
Just
you
want to
would
make
actually
sure.
no, you would have gained 4. You would have gained 4, so you'd
Okay.
get full.
What's your bonus for your inspired?
12.
And don't forget you can roll a d6 for Song of Rest as well. As I shall become quite aware of, because I'm playing a bard in the new campaign that somebody's running in my hometown.
Ooh, nice. What kind of bard?
At this point, it's probably going to be Law, but he's level 1, so we'll see what happens.
Does he play a pan flute?
Yes.
That's a pretty popular choice. Good call.
And bagpipes.
Is he Zamfir?
He's kind of based on. I'm basing him a little bit on Dorian Gray. So there's going to be some shadow sorcery in his backstory as well. Alright, so once everybody has all their hit dice rolled and their health points sorted out, I actually might roll some hit dice for Orvex, who'll be like, oh, good riddance with all those red cloaked heathens. He's gonna roll.
You know, Arvex, I really admire your personal growth and arc as you leave behind your former employers. It's good to see.
Is it 1d6 each time you roll a hit dice, or just 1d6 once?
Just once.
That'd be awesome if it was once every hit die.
Ayolo. It's almost like he's a good guy and he's not getting paid.
Oh wait, we're not paying him?
I'm not.
Arvex, are people paying you? That's important for people, right?
He says.
Did
that,
everybody get that die 6 or just?
Everybody gets the die 6. Everybody gets another 12 temps from the.
Now, when you say everybody,
Everybody listening.
so that's including the thug and Orvex.
Wait, we're minus Chad, right? At this point, so.
Mhm.
Keep Orvex alive over anybody else.
And I don't think my inanimate object should be able to get it. Chicken.
Chicken should get it.
Chicken
Can
showing
chicken be inspired?
I'm okay with chicken getting it.
Do we get 12 temporary hit points? Is that what you said?
Yes. And then.
Okay. And then 1 die 6.
Yeah.
Got it.
Thug used some hit dice as well. We'll see if he stays alive. Okay, so
I get a spell slot back.
do something that was previously said again in the Discord chat, but I can reread it again. Long ago, the god Uptau hardened his heart and vowed to weep for the people of Omu no longer, and the rain stopped, the jungles withered and died, and death swept through Omu. And it proceeds to tell the story of each of the gods, the Zorbo, the Almiraj, the Almadan, the Grung, the Eblis, the Froghemoth, the Sumonster, the Kukuli, and the Flail Snail. So through your adventures through Omu, you guys got that story. I can repost it on the chat here if you didn't see it on the Discord chat. Oop.
Can I change prepared spells in a short rest, or I have to do that in long rest?
Long rest. But if you had that 4th level spell slot filled in...
Yeah, that's what I wanted to swap out.
Yeah, swap that out, swap one in. Easy.
Cool.
Okay, so it's just a little bit past noon now. What are you guys wanting to do?
Did we... Vanguard, did you get a chance to take a look at that weird pendant we found in the... Boone found in the...
I can roll something, but I assume during the 1 hour break, you want me to do some type of check?
Yeah, you can do a check if you want.
Or I could do a ritual detect magic.
Yeah, you can do that. So you could have done that during the short rest if you wanted. And yes, it does seem to be magical.
Alright. So yeah, tell them it glows. I think detect magic tells me what type of magic school, but not necessarily what it is.
Divination.
So I tell, so something to do with divination. It's magical. It's something somebody should use, probably. And you want me to roll Arcana, or just hand it to somebody and they'll roll Arcana?
For what in particular? To try and figure out what it does?
Yeah. Do not have identify.
You can try, but even if you roll natural 20, you are not able to figure out exactly what this does.
I'll roll, but I'll say I don't know exactly what it does.
Mm-hmm.
But it is something with divination.
So you feel like looking at it and how it is designed, enhanced with your already knowledge of it being some form of divination magic, you feel like it could be some form of guidance.
So spiritual?
You don't know. And
Helps you find water.
That's guidance with a lowercase g, not the spell guidance.
right. All right.
So,
do I think clerical
kind of
base divinity type magic?
Yeah, maybe.
I'll hand it back to Olo.
compass or something?
It's beyond me. It's just I know it's magical of the divination type magic. Probably something that helps with getting an answer or knowing some type of direction or knowing an answer or knowing about something, those types of things.
So, what's the plan now, guys?
I'm gonna hold it out in front of me like kind of like a dowsing rod.
Mm-hmm.
Walk up and down that hallway that Boone found it in.
Yep.
I'm gonna creepy obelisk. I'm gonna walk into the area where all the cutouts are and just see if it twitches or moves.
So you're just holding it out in front of you?
Like, I mean, does that count as equipping it? Like, kind of like have it and you're trying to use it that way, or
No,
I'm gonna take the subtle hint.
What's that? Say that again, sorry?
I'm gonna take your subtle hint and wear it.
Oh, you're gonna wear it? Yeah, you can wear it if you want. So where are you
But
going with it?
I'm still gonna on that hallway that we found it. I'm gonna go to around the creepy obelisk,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna go up and down the area with the cube cutouts.
Okay.
The little puzzle area.
So while you're wearing it and go around the creepy obelisk, it seems to move on its own. So it's resting like here, but then as you go on near the obelisk, it seems to kind of pull, and it's pulling in a westerly point.
I will follow.
And once you get like 20 feet away from the obelisk, it no longer pulls, but it seems to definitely pull from the obelisk into a westerly direction.
I'm going to start trying to continue west and search the area, and
Mm-hmm.
like something like a hidden like compartment or something like.
All right. Well, so you guess searching around like the bushes and stuff.
I'm gonna follow the direction it was pulling
Mm-hmm.
and basically search as thoroughly as I can.
Yeah, do a perception check for me.
14.
Mm-hmm. So, pulling aside the heavy undergrowth, you uncover an archway in the cliff face. So I'll move you over here. And you see that?
Yeah. Okay.
Now, a stone skull peers down from the lintel, and old bones litter the threshold. A light strikes the entrance, and swarms of bats screech out from within. But they fly away. Now,
I'm going to wave people over and let people who are far smarter than me take a look.
Mm-hmm. So if anybody wants to go over and hang out near Olo, you will see about 20 feet down into this archway that he seems to have uncovered. You see a slab of worked stone blocks the overgrown tunnel about 20 feet from the entrance. Grinning skulls mark the edges of the slab, in the center of which are 9 cube-shaped cavities arranged in 3 rows of 3.
You told us the necklace was pulling you. Does it still pull to the north now, or does it pull north of you?
It seemed to only pull when he was within like 10 or 20 feet of the obelisk.
It stopped as soon as I left the obelisk, but it was pointing this way.
And now this is the second set of places we could place the square puzzle cube.
Yes, it does seem that way.
Well, the obvious one, I suppose, could just be a trap, and the hidden one could be the real one. Seems logical.
Or it could be the other way around.
If we compare the two
Mm-hmm.
cube sets, is there any significant difference?
There is a very significant difference. Here, I'll move this back over. So, if you heard that description just then, it was 3 by 3, 9 squares in total. Yeah. While on the other one that you already knew about, it was like an asterisk with a cube on each of the points of the asterisk. 8 in total.
So there were only 8 on the other door.
Correct.
Well, we have... It has 9 holes, so I'm leaning towards this one.
That's like a trap. Yeah.
It's possible it could be the right door and a trap.
So what order do we place the cubes in?
Does Orvex have insight?
What was that?
Does Orvex give us any insight?
Orvex says, "Oh, it is quite intriguing. It seems like they do want us to place the cubes in one or the other."
And we only have 8? Or do we
you
have
have
9?
9 in total. 1 for each of the 9 gods, the 9 shrines.
I mean, I'm looking at the.
There's only 8 places to
do
put
we-
them, right?
No, there's 9. There's 8 in the first door.
What were you saying, sorry, Boone?
I'm just looking at the text you posted and wondering if there's the clues are sitting in there that we need, the order they go in. Just
I wondered, there was one piece of it that said, at noon, a brave Commodon hopped down from her rock. And I wondered if either that was the starting point, so noon being 12, and then where Commodon ended, I don't know. Because I'm with you, I think the clue's inside there on where they're placed. Like, there's another thing about 2 people became complete enemies, and I wondered if that meant they're across the way from each other.
So
It seems like they're paired up. Like there seems to be pairs of 2 that are in like
was Alien
gods, 2
saying?
gods,
Oh, sorry.
2 gods.
Was Alien saying that out loud?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you say enemies, Orvex will go, "Oh, did you say it seems like they were enemies?" And
Yes.
he's reading the obelisk right now. And one of the lines of the obelisk says, "Enemies oppose."
So there's 2 of the people that are... which ones were the ones that were complete enemies? From that day on, Obalaku and the Zorbo, and Iligen the Elmarji became terrible enemies. It's at the bottom of the second paragraph.
Okay.
Don't forget the spears.
oppose each other.
And
What was that, Gordon?
Don't be forgetting the frog who stole the spear.
But enemies need to be opposing each other. How do you do that in a cube?
So do you guys?
Be
Isn't
something
it
in the
an
center?
asterisk-looking thing?
No.
So do you guys see the
Kubuzan
handout?
and
Oh, sorry,
Papazzato. Kubuzan and Papazzato
Papazotl.
are opposite.
So you guys, you know where the handout for the obelisk is that Orvex is looking at? Yeah, cool.
So
Yeah.
okay, we go opposites around the center square, but where do we start?
Or where we start. Well, wait. There was one that you mentioned at noon, right?
Aye.
So Commodon, it says, a brave Commodon hopped down from her rock at noon. She saw the evil in the Oumuan's hearts and decided to lance it like a troublesome boil. The Commodon fashioned a holy spear, but she left it by the riverbank, and a crafty Grung stole it. In her rage, Shangambi the Commodon forgot all about the Amuns and chased Nagyang the Grung forever across the sky.
Nang nang.
Okay, so Nang Nang and Shigambi opposite each other.
Yep.
Zotl are opposite each other. So we got 5 more. We got to figure out a pairing, and then someone's in the middle. So someone that everyone hates.
No, it's the one who started crying to begin with.
Oobtao?
Uktai should go in the middle then, right?
I looked how.
Do we have it? We don't have a cube for Oobtao.
You do not.
Do we? Yeah, that's not an option. We've got unless one of you guys have. I have Wongo, Shigambi, Ejin, Obalaka, Unk, Moa.
I don't have a list. Do we have a list of the cubes?
Yeah, I can tell you them all if you would like.
Oh, I have Kubazan.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what you have? One moment. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Cool. So what you currently have is Aijin, which is the little what's it called? The little bunny with the horn. You have Kubazan, which is the froghemoth. You have Moa, which seems to be a snake thing. I forget their name. I want to say Jakuli. You have Nang Nang, which is a grung. Obalaka, which is a... Ooh, I've forgotten what Obalaka is off the top of my head. You have Papazotl, which is the ibis, the eblis thing. Shigambi, which was that leopard with the snake dealies. Unk, which is a flail snail, and Wongo, which is a Sioux monster. Now, I guess if you guys are trying to solve this puzzle, I'll move you over to this map, as the other one, which I hastily made for the other one, is no longer relevant if you're looking at this one. Now, the cubes at the bottom of the page, they should be movable by you, but it would be best if you elect one person to move, so that someone doesn't move one and then someone else moves that same one. You know what I mean?
I think Alien should move them.
Looks like Moa and Wongo are against each other.
Do we try Shigambi the Commodon in the 12 o'clock position to start?
I mean, right to me, if they come from
Who are we missing then if we have
we've got another pair that we
in the center?
need someone in the center.
You're also making an assumption that the Forgotten Realms have a clock that have a 12 at the top to designate their 24-hour day.
So all the while, on
Closest I can go.
the flails into the earth, the noise of the other animals fighting made her slither surface, and when Shell, the light blinded Ubtao and made his eyes. So Unk's not mentioned with anyone else, and so she comes up. So she might be the.
So Unk and Ubtao, though, I mean, is making his eyes water enough to consider him?
We don't have a cube for Ubtao. They all interact with Ubtao. There's no cube form.
But what if the snail goes in the center? Because
Right, that's what I was saying.
So do we want to slide the snail up to the center?
So that would leave Obel. We don't have a lineup for. And do they meet anywhere? I don't see them in the story here.
Everyone's good with putting the snail in the center. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, snail's in the center.
Alright, you put the snail in the center, and it seems to fit perfectly.
Because the square went in the square.
Yep. Cube in a square.
Okay.
Does it look like the other ones would not fit in the center?
They all look like they would fit anywhere.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just letting you know, it goes in safely.
Square,
Nobody
square.
turns to acid and decorporealizes.
So you think it's up, down, left, right, and then diagonals?
Opposite
or-
corners. That's my guess.
I thought you were doing the Konami code then.
Left, right. If we do the ammo and health, because I'm down with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So do we want to try Obalaka at the top? And who was the other enemy of Obalaka?
Obalaka's Ejin.
Want to try that one at the bottom?
Sure.
Hey, which one's Obalaka?
The one that looks like an Ewok. No, the one that looks... This one here. I guess you could say two of them looks like an Ewok.
You know, maybe it doesn't matter as long as they're opposite. Maybe there's no starting position for any.
And so then the one opposite Obalaka is Iligen.
Rabbit. Rabbit with a
Jackalope.
Rabbit? Those right?
They seem to go in, no problem.
I got squares and squares. I'm doing good.
Mm-hmm.
Should we be doing this with Mage Hand?
I haven't turned to stone yet.
That's fair. That's a very fair point.
But yeah, we can do Mage Hand. I'm good with that. I can't cast Mage Hand, but I can watch somebody do it.
I can.
I wish I'm gonna go over and grab one of the dead mages and grab his hand and walk back over, and grab the cubes with it. All right, so what's our next one here? We got Kubazan the Frogmouth and Papazot. Do we want them on the left and right, or on the top corner, top right, bottom left, or top left, bottom right?
As long as they're opposite.
All right, so I'll put the Behemoth, the Frog one. Can't grab the Frog one for some reason. I can grab all the other ones.
Let me check. You should be able to.
Now I can.
Yeah, there you go. The Froghemoth.
All right, and then opposite the Froghemoth is Papazot. Which one's Papazot?
The crane-looking one.
All right. So our next two are Moa and Wongo. Which one's Moa?
Moa's the snake, isn't he?
And Wongo was the monkey?
I think so. Let me check the story.
That one.
Longo the Sioux monster.
Yeah, which is like a crazy monkey.
Yeah,
All right. And the last two go opposite each other. All right. Do we want to use Mage Hand to place this last one, or am I just going to do it with gloves and hope I don't turn into stone?
I'm good with stepping back and doing it with a mage hand just in case.
All right.
They're horribly wrong and we all
So this last one's being placed with Mage Hand, and we're all stepping back.
Okay, so you place the last one in. The 9 cubes flare with light and then disappear.
Oh, we're all
Growling
wrecked.
like an angry beast, the slab begins to slide up into the ceiling.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Maybe that's good.
The lava pours out, incinerating everybody.
600 froghemoths appear.
So that door
Get him in the
opens.
water and lightning him.
And as you see the door open, you see that at the bottom of the door there are 6 heads, like 6 skulls. And
I'm
the
getting
one
some
on
weird
the
dynamic lighting on this, by the way.
let me check. Boop. Yeah, there's no light shining in there.
That would explain it.
Would you like to light a torch?
Go ahead with your description. I'll come back to it.
No worries. Yeah, up on the slab that slid up, you see that there are 6 skulls. If you remember, it was adorned with skulls all the way around. The 6 skulls at the top seem to be looking down, and you see that they all have their mouth agape. The far left one, the mouth, is just almost indistinguishably closing.
Oh, it's gonna close.
It's like a clock.
It's like it's gonna close.
Like the mouth itself is slowly closing.
Yes.
I wonder if as each one goes, it burns up some amount of time.
I wonder if we stand here if it's gonna close us out.
I think we gotta go. Just to be.
Okay, so we're
All right.
stepping in.
Call your captain of the guard to follow us, or make him go first.
Okay,
It's past
so
this door.
let me redo the next description. You see another slab blocks the hallway 20 feet beyond the first door. An iron lever is set into the door's surface with a graven stone skull leering down from above.
If we look around in there, is there any indications of traps or grind marks on stone?
Doesn't seem to be. Would you like to do a perception check?
Sure. And it fails miserably for me, but Boone does better.
You see on the floor, you see that there is a seam that seems to run down there.
What do you mean by a seam? Like an actual split in the ground? Or?
Like, it seems like that those stones aren't stuck together like the rest of the stones are along that line.
They're gonna move apart at some point.
Yeah, pit trap or sliding thing or zombies or whatever.
Well, somebody's got to throw the lever.
What's
As the
lever?
skull opens the pit trap.
Yeah. Hey, well, this handy lever. Ah!
So what's the move, guys?
I'm going to have Tiny Servant run across that floor. Is he strong enough to pull that lever?
What is his strength?
82.
4.
I would say that he is not strong enough to pull the lever. It is this old stone lever.
How good are chicken's claws at grasping?
I'm sure that excuse me. I'm sure that if you wanted to send chicken in there, that if he was strong enough, he could grasp it. At
Strength of
6, he
6,
might
though.
be. You don't know.
All right, chicken's gonna run in, like get the servant on his back, and jump and grab the lever and use his weight to apply downward pressure on it.
Doesn't seem to be strong enough.
Damn it, Jim. Red shirt, go grab the lever.
And the skulls are still closing.
Yes, the only one of them, the far left skull, just seems to be slowly closing its mouth.
Based on, can we get an estimate on how long before it's closed?
At this point, like maybe, like you guys are looking around and nobody's game enough to go into the room. Probably about 5 minutes has passed. Yeah. It seems like that first of the 6 skulls' mouth is halfway closed.
All right, I'm gonna go in there and do it.
Okay, so if is Cardin gonna slowly walk on in?
Perhaps you should
bet.
wear the necklace.
Oh yeah, here, take the.
Okay, so Cardin takes a few steps forward. When he gets about halfway, the skull's jaw creaks open, the one that's at the end of the hallway, and a skeletal hand emerges from the skull with a crystal hourglass timer. With a click, the timer rotates and sand begins to trickle out into the lower globe. Seems like you have about 10, 9,
Run!
7, 6. Is anyone doing anything?
I think Corin said he's
lever,
running
dude.
towards to pull the lever.
So you're pulling the lever?
Yep.
Okay, the hourglass instantly goes back in and the floor opens up beneath you.
Fuck.
Could you please make a dexterity saving throw?
Yep.
Maybe he had to wait 10 seconds to pull the lever.
Does the lever disappear, or can he hold on to it?
That is the only reason why he is not falling into the pit. Yep.
Nice.
You pass. Alright, with some kind of dexterous
Paladin.
speed, you manage to hold onto the lever, hanging onto it. So, there's this massive spike pit underneath you. There's spikes all over the joint. What are you doing?
Crap. So the lever I pulled made the floor open up below me.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any purchase on the door in front of me?
There is nearly nowhere for you to put your feet, if that's what you mean. But you could brace yourself between the two corners, or the corner of the wall holding the lever if you wish. But what are you wanting to do?
Yeah, I'll give that a shot. Well, American Ninja Warrior that thing.
So what are you trying to do?
I'm gonna try to stick my feet in the corner and wedge myself up.
Yeah, you can do that. That's fine. No need for a roll.
Anybody got some rope we could mage hand around him?
Can I mold earth all the excess dirt and push it all into his corner underneath him? So it's just underneath Gordon?
It is 20 feet deep. So it would,
Is it enough to get him above the spikes?
the spikes start at 10 feet. So if you move the mold earth a whole bunch of times and nobody's doing anything else, as the first mouth is completely shut at this point and the second mouth is starting to close now. You could. I don't see any problem with you.
I just make a 10-foot
Mhm.
square of dirt that he could stand on. Then, if he ends up falling.
Yep, no worries.
Did anything happen to the door when he pulled the lever?
Nothing
Like
seemed
a
to happen to
second.
the door.
Can you
now
move
that-
between the spikes, or is there so many that you can't maneuver down inside that pit?
You could maneuver between them, but it wouldn't be easy.
What are they made of?
There seem to be iron spikes.
Now that I've got myself wedged up in the corner, can I push the lever back up?
You certainly can. Is that what you're wanting to do?
Yeah.
The floor closes again, and you see the mouth of the skeletal head near you, Corridon, open again, and you see a skeletal arm come out with the hourglass, and it seems to turn again, click, and the sand starts to slowly trickle down. 10,
Let it pour all the way out this time before you close it.
8,
Yeah, let it run.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Brace yourself.
2, 1, and with that, the door begins to open.
Oh, they fooled me.
It's opposite day.
You see Corridon or not?
I cast light on him in the last fight.
I have light cast
Oh.
on myself as well, so we're good.
Made that long rest though. Yeah, I'll cast light on Corridon
Yeah.
in case you get split up.
You do notice that at various points throughout the area that there seems to be cracks in the roof and small amounts of dim light seem to be lighting up areas. But yes, light will definitely help. So as you move further... Okay, so you guys need to slow down for a sec because 3 of you have stepped into traps. But
Okay.
let's just rewind a little bit. Let's get you guys back. So I'll say that Olo's gone to there, and at that point, as soon as you step there, Olo, I'm going to make. What does it say? Okay, cool. You and Corridon will get 2 of these each. Flash.
What?
2d20. As you see. As you see, 2 darts fire out at each of you. The first one misses Olo, and the second one hits you, Olo. The other 2 miss you, Corridon. And Olo, you take. Can you make a Constitution saving throw, please?
Can, dude.
You get to add-
15 plus whatever bonus I
Yeah.
get.
I was about to say that. So you take the 2 piercing damage that I previously rolled, and you take another 4d6 poison damage, but halved. And you take 17. Good roll. You take 8 damage of poison. And that was as you stepped
Alright.
on the square that you're on right now.
So looking darts sticking out of my chest, I'm going to pull out my shell and crack it, take it out across the thing and cast steps.
What are you casting? Sorry, your voice is kind of cutting in and out a bit. What did you say?
Sorry. I'm trapped.
Okay, you sense the presence of any trap within range that is within line of sight. A trap for the purpose of this spell includes anything that would inflict a sudden or unexpected effect. Okay, so you can definitely see the pit trap behind you. And you can see very similar... I'll draw it in the same color that one was drawn in. Right about there, and right about there.
Okay, I'm gonna take a minute. Go little moss-covered stones, like small ones, into the center of each one. There's trap and there.
Mm-hmm. No worries. So, yeah, you guys can proceed if you want.
Somebody really doesn't want us in here.
Or they really want you in here.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the nicest place ever.
Okay, so at the end of the hallway, moss-covered corridor extends beyond the second door. Tree roots hang from the sag ceiling, and air reeks of rot and damp. Ahead, a bas-relief carved of a bearded devil's face adorns the wall at the T intersection. The devil's mouth is a well of utter darkness.
Something's coming out of that mouth.
Yeah.
Or
Free ice
nothing's
cream.
coming out of the mouth. There you go.
And upon seeing the darkness, Orvix will say, "Oh, didn't it mention something about that on the obelisk? Something about darkness."
I have no memory.
So you can. There is the obelisk handout that's on your area of handouts. There should be an area called Chapter 5 Player Handouts. And yeah, Orvix will say, I think it said, in darkness it hides.
So it's a Sioux monster. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
There was a passage in there about that night. A Sioux monster broke into Abtao's palace and stole a pail of water for the Amoans.
Okay, and it lives, so there's something living in that mouth? I'm gonna get close and I'm gonna wave the hand that I have light on in front of that pitch black mouth and see what happens.
Nothing. No light seems to break the darkness coming from its mouth.
I've got the only mask we've found so far, correct? Am I looking at the right handout?
Yeah, there is a mention of a mask on that handout. Don the mask will be seen.
Which handout are you looking at again?
It's called A Acerak's First Warning. It's under a thing called Chapter 5 Player Handouts, Acerak's Warnings.
Yeah, I see it.
Fear the night when the Forsaken One seizes death's mantle, and the seas dry up, and the death rise, and I, Acerak the Eternal, reap the world of the living. Those who dare enter take heed. The enemies oppose, one stands between them, in darkness it hides, don the mask or be seen, speak no truth to the doomed child, the keys turn on the inside only.
So you've got to wear the mask when you go past that?
They're connected. I think these are individual sections. Like the enemies opposed, that was opening the lock.
Yep.
One stands between, that was the lock again. In darkness it hides, I think. And I'm not
That's
sure.
this piece, you think?
Yeah, I think that's this creepy. I don't know if Don the Mask or Be Seen is connected to that thing. Like, this could be like 3 sets of 2, or it could be a whole bunch of different things related to like the first area. But whatever it is, apparently we're not supposed to speak truth to it.
To the Doom Child. We don't
if
speak
there's
truth to the Doom Child.
If there's a Soul Eater in here, Happy turtle.
So it's
Is the darkness
So we-
physical? If we tap it with a 10-foot pole, does the pole go right through?
Is that what you do? Yep, it seems to go in.
Do a religion check to see if I'm aware of anything that lit a magical darkness that
Yeah.
possibly has some form of like lying or not telling it.
You could do a check if you wanted. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, with a 14, you know that there are some things that can see in magical darkness. There's some things that prefer to be in darkness. There's some things that have benefits for being in darkness, like they are benefited by it, and some things that just straight up hate light. You don't have anything concrete, but that's all that comes to mind.
You guys think we should try and break it? The spell?
Like dispel the darkness?
Yeah.
Oh, also, since you are at the end of that T intersection, you will hear what sounds like trickling water as you, from your position, especially you, Boone, will be able to see a rusty iron grate is set into the floor of this corridor. Through its bars, you can see muddy water flowing slowly past. And that sound actually reminds me to turn on the creepy music.
Cue creepy music.
Cool. So, what are you guys doing? Chilling?
Vanguard, you're a master of the magical arts. What do you think about, should we try and break this spell?
I don't have
Pretty sure
the
it'd be
spell, so I'm not able to break it.
And
sometimes when you-
if I think it's a good investment to use it.
I don't know. It always seems like when you go in these tombs, they're prepared to foil. Their arcane magics are stronger than ours. I don't know. Even if I had it, I don't think I would cast it. Because I don't think it'll work.
Does anybody have a rope? We can tie a rope on a tiny servant and toss tiny servant in.
Sacrificial victim.
Cordon's
I've
gonna
got a
start
rope.
pushing his way past.
I do have a rope. I'll hand it to you. Throw it up to you.
Alright, I'll tie it around tiny servant.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck, buddy. I'll toss him in,
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
and then I'll pull him out.
you toss him in.
A mangled, bloody corpse comes out.
No, murder me, Elmo!
Okay, let me check something real quick. Yeah. So, you toss him in with the rope, wait a tick, go to pull him out, and as you do, you pull out a destroyed mesh of what used to be the tiny servant. And the rope seems like something has slashed through it.
Good to know.
But it is big enough for somebody to climb in if they want to.
I'm gonna go high
Something's
road
hiding
here
in there.
on an opinion. If it goes high, I'm gonna cast a spell. Step back, looking at the corpse of the tiny, and cast dispel magic on that creepy mouth because I don't
Okay.
want that behind us.
You cast Dispel Magic on the creepy mouth. Could I get you to roll me a wisdom check, please?
Hey, Sasha's back.
Fuck me, that's a
9.
friend.
Yep, you do not succeed at trying to dispel this magic.
Fuck.
So,
You're echoing, Sasha.
yep.
Hi, Sasha.
Yeah, good to be here, guys. Corden sees the gnarled up little man. What do you think we need to get in here for? I mean, do you crawl in every creepy mouth you find? So, looking down the hallway, there's bars on the right.
Yes, those bars, from where you are, I would say that you'd be able to see that it's think of it as a guardrail. And beyond
Oh, like
it
it looks down over something?
Yep. And
Alright,
to your left, yep, where you're going now, right over there you see a crystal window. Creepers and vines cling to the walls of this corridor, and at the end of which is an arched crystal window, 6 feet wide, 10 feet high. Through it you see a dark chamber.
I'm gonna cast Spike Growth into the black mouth.
Okay, it would, you can't cast it anywhere you can't see, so the center point of it will be the mouth, so you guys would be engulfed in it.
Never mind then.
So I'm going to walk over to this window and look through it. What do I see?
Okay, so looking in that window, if you move around so that your light shines in nicely so you can check out the whole room, what you see is this vaulted tomb is overgrown with moss and creepers. A stone sarcophagus rests on a stepped dais in the middle of the floor. On the wall behind the sarcophagus, 2 large statues of bears grip a 5-foot diameter bronze disc embossed with a dozen glaring eyes. 6 desiccated corpses slump on thrones in niches around the walls. Each corpse wears a black mask, seemingly made of papier-mâché and feathers. That is what you are able to see.
We gotta wear that mask at some point.
All right. And then this grate right here, what's in here?
The grate, it looks like you can see into what seems to be almost an underwater river, an underground river.
So that's 2 enigmas. I say we head east.
I can get the window out.
No, I don't think so.
No, I think I can.
You can
Do
certainly
you think
try.
that's what the builders intended?
I'm just saying.
Every problem is a nail when you're the hammer?
Or an awesome paladin, whatever. All right, start
Let's
to
at least,
head this
yeah.
way.
Let's just gather information before we decide which way.
Okay, so Corridon, you see that thing there?
Yeah.
Yep, hold up for 1 second. So as you get here, you see a grand staircase. A grand chamber opens up ahead, 50 feet across, and plunges into darkness below. Stone balconies winds around the walls, connecting 4 archways. Other balconies, other balcony levels are visible below, but not too far due to your light source. And it seems like corridors are going off in all directions further down. To the north, a stone staircase descends to the lower levels, as you can see up here. And from where you are there, you can see a hunched figure glares up at you from the balcony below, wearing a mask that seems to be a replica of the devil's face that you saw at the tomb entrance with the darkness in the mouth. Without saying a word, it glares at you and then steps out of sight. You want to see what it looked like?
Can I take a shot at it before it gets out of sight?
Nope. Because you couldn't see it until Corridon... once Corridon was there, it moved away.
And
That's a righteous helmet.
Excuse me. What's that?
Did it scurry?
It just seemed to step back into the darkness and disappear to wherever it went.
That is cool looking.
It's not bad, hey?
So, how far down is that?
Where he was, I think, was about 15 to 20 feet down. But I don't know exactly how far down. It was on the next level down. You can see, you know, it's like a spiraling set of balconies going down.
Corridon kind of looks over his shoulder. Well, we should probably go get him.
I think he needs a hug, Gordon. Go for it.
Yeah, it didn't look like something that should be able.
I'm gonna tie a. I want to throw something to their mouth and see if it shows up down there. I mean, what if that's the guy who attacked my tiny servant?
You could throw a tiny servant down there. Oh, you don't have one.
I could throw the remains of a tiny servant down there.
So where are you throwing them?
Throw an O.
No, I'm gonna tie it back up and throw it through the mouth and see if anybody can hear it down there, like if it's a
Okay, you do that, and nothing seems to happen.
You got nothing, Vanguard?
Nope.
I'm gonna look down these stairs and down the hall.
Alright, so like down the northern hall, you see that it ends with a turn to the left, and down the stairs, it seems to go down into the darkness below, down to the next level down.
I'm not supposed to be able to see through this door over here to the west, am I?
It's a glass window.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Crystal.
So I can see the sarcophagus in there and the guy in there?
Mm-hmm. And you guys know that this is the tomb of the 9 gods.
Okay. And everyone had... Is that... But, Gordon didn't walk towards the glass window, did he?
He went all the way to the glass window and used his light to shine in. And
Alright. Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Thanks. Gotcha. I was back down the hallway at the time, so I couldn't tell which way they were going.
No worries, man. It's all good.
Can I cast... So, I can see, due to dark vision, do I see anything in this area?
Not anymore, no. You see that it's moved, like, if you look where they point out where something was, you'll be able to make out a exit way that this creature would have gone down. And he is no longer where he was.
So I'll just cast light right here on the ground then, just to light it up for a moment.
Cast light? It's a touch spell, I think.
What if Don the Mask is darkness and we need to be in darkness when we go down?
I use the mask to see what's behind that creepy mouth.
I'm not sticking my head in there wearing that mask. Did you see Tiny Sir?
Like read thoughts through walls and stuff? Haven't you done that before?
I could. That's a good point. I'll go down and listen, and mentally search through the looking for thoughts.
Okay. If you're doing that, it's within 30 feet of you, correct?
Post it.
You would definitely hear all the thoughts of your companions.
I'll just focus ahead.
Alright, you would be able to hear the thoughts of something there. Let me double check.
Is it intelligent?
Yeah, you'd be able to hear the thoughts. What languages do you speak, just out of curiosity?
You broke up there. What was that?
What languages do you speak, out of curiosity?
The language of the thing that's inside the dark area.
You don't need to know the languages, I'm just curious.
I speak Elven, Draconic, Common, and Celestial.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so you're listening to the thoughts, and you hear the thoughts of something that is brooding and waiting, and wants something else to come in.
Shoot some arrows in there, Alien.
Yeah.
Alright.
Light is
Stand right by the
is
door with
a
a
touch
ready
spell.
action.
Can I cast light on the mangled corpse of Tiny Servant and then toss it in?
Yep, and as you do, the light just seems to disappear. Yep, you shoot in. Thump, thump. Yeah. You don't know if you hit anything.
And I lost 2 arrows.
You might have. You might have hit something. You might be dying, but yeah, you don't really know.
Dead. It's dead. What are the
No
thoughts?
noise though. So it's dark, but are we hearing stuff?
There are no noises coming from there.
Is there any reaction on the Helm of Telepathy?
You do hear in your head, if you're focusing on it a bit, it would be like, "What's that? It's not a creature. It's wood."
I'm gonna cast Thorn Whip through the.
You can try. Go for it.
$26 to hit.
Nice.
You would be at disadvantage. And does it say you have to see what you're attacking with Thorn Whip? Just out of curiosity, some cantrips do say that.
It says towards a creature in range. So it's a 26 and a 23 to hit.
Mm-hmm. And where are you targeting?
I'm shooting through the mouth, and I'm hoping to catch something. I'll say, right, left is going to be 1 and 2. Right is going to be 3 and 4. So I'm targeting the left, through the mouth and to the left.
Okay. And you feel something get tugged on it, but it can't move anywhere, as pulling closer to you, you already seem to be right at it. You can roll your damage.
Feel it catch on something though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna yell out, "I got it!"
And at that point, you see you see a black hand come out and rake across you.
Oh shit.
And it hits you.
Yeah, it does.
And you take 27 points of
Jesus.
damage.
Oh shit.
Shadow Demon bad.
Oh, Shadow Demon, that sounds fun.
So mark off that damage, and
Yep.
you staying there?
So
or you
can
moving
it-
away?
Yeah.
I'm gonna back up. Say, well, I hit it, and then it hit me real back.
Well, can it come? Do we? If it can't come out, do we need to go in?
It's clawed.
Is its
Oh, I
hand
bet
still
it-
out, or is it?
It was a quick.
But I think we can't leave that behind us. I think we've got to deal with it, or we're going to get hunted.
Well, you guys think on that as we will head on over for our break for 10 minutes. We'll be back here in about 10 minutes, and we'll see what they decide to do. They have many avenues: north, east, the shadow mouth, the crystal window to the left. Yeah, we'll be back in 10 minutes.
All right.
See you soon.